The two girls stare, looking kind of scared and impressed at the same time. They did not look impressed. I don't think that you impressed them, sir. Oh, it's crazy. Hello, everybody. I'm Pearly Hates, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of an exploration into the absinthe vault on Erowid. Now, you might be unfamiliar with Erowid, but you probably have heard of the DARE program. And for me, that worked way too well. I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to mind-altering substances. So I love to browse Erowid because folks will upload their experiences and I can read through it from the comfort of my own home in full sobriety. The website is pretty old. I started reading it in like middle school or high school. I'd read it with my friends and sometimes I'll read it to like fall asleep to. Obviously, an experience that isn't super like intense or crazy. And I thought it'd be the perfect subject for a video. So I was looking through the vault and I was trying to figure out like what would be a good place to start from on this odyssey of Erowid. And I was like, wait a second, absinthe. I love absinthe. 4 or 5 years ago, my friends got me an entire set for my birthday. It came with a fountain, 2 spoons, I believe, some sugar cubes, 2 cups, and then a whole bunch of varieties of absinthe. And after I finished that, I bought this, and it's amazing. This is Hamlet Classic by Alandia. It's not as bright as like the stereotypical kind of absinthe you might see in like a film or something, but it's absolutely delicious. And also I love it because Hamlet, skull in the hand, like this is so nerdy and perfect. I love it so much. And I have another prop, my spoon. Here's the spoon. It's got a little lip on it. So you would put this on the glass and then you put a sugar cube on top and then you turn the fountain spout and it drips water onto the sugar cube, which dissolves and drips into the glass that has absinthe. And it is delicious. I love it so much. And I'm very curious to see what folks' experience is gonna be like, because I know like in the media, there's this idea that absinthe like makes you trip and you get all like loopy and stuff. And even though I absolutely have had certain experiences where things got kind of a little goofy and like, I suppose the saturation was turned up a little bit. But other than that, nothing like nuts has ever happened. And I'm very curious to see what the people who posted on Erowid have done. Because the people who usually post on Erowid are a little intense. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's dive into the vault and see what we can find. All right, so here we are. This is the vault in Erowid for absinthe. We've got Green Fairy, Green Goddess, and La Fée Verte. If you guys have never seen Moulin Rouge, first of all, you have to. And second of all, that was the first ever representation I'd ever seen of absinthe. So like immediately associate with like the gay 90s and Parisian like bohemian culture, stuff like that. And basically the through line, as far as I know about the history, but I know that they have like a history timeline, so I'm gonna check that out. For the description, it says absinthe is a distilled spirit infused with herbs, including the thujone containing Artemisia absinthium. Many describes its effects as significantly different than alcohol alone, but the nature of thujone's effects are much disputed. Seriously, like, am I gonna trip or am I just gonna get a little tipsy? I don't know. It was popularized in the late 19th century and associated with the bohemian artistic movements of the time. All right, let's see. We got Middle Ages wormwood drink used as a cure for flatulence. Okay, right out the gate. Let's go. 1731, G. Smith publishes a recipe for proof spirits infused with wormwood and sweetened with sugar in his Complete Body of Distilling. I kind of want to read that. That sounds dope. 1792, Dr. Pierre Ordinaire, what a dope surname, what? Writes a recipe for absinthe and becomes one of the first to promote the virtues of the wormwood drink. So in the 1840s, French soldiers fighting in Algeria drank absinthe as a preventative against malaria and other diseases. That's crazy. Wow. This sparked the first big surge in absinthe popularity in France. I did not know that. That's very interesting. Who would have thought? All right, so I see here that Manet paints the absinthe drinker in 1859, and then you have Degas painting L'Absinthe in 1876, and then in 1878, 8 million liters of absinthe is imported to the US. That is insane. In 1887, Van Gogh paints still life with absinthe. I love Van Gogh. I love his work. My favorite of his is the smoking skull, which it's just so cool. I use it for like my icons, and I had it as my background on my work computer for a very long time. It was so cool. I love that painting. I love his work. It's so gorgeous and emotional. I love him so much. I love it so much. Oh, it looks 1901. Wow, Picasso painted one too. I did not know that. And we're starting to see here absinthe is being banned in Belgium, Switzerland. U.S. Department of Agriculture issues food inspection decision banning absinthe in the U.S. in 1912. And then, oh no. And then March 16th, 1915, absinthe is officially banned in France. You know that Bohemian subculture had become like too much of an issue for the French elite and politicians. They were like, we have to put an end to this. Oh my gosh. Okay. 1990, wormwood extracts found to be as effective in suppressing malaria as chloroquine. I don't know what that means. Okay, so the French had it right in like, what is it, the 1840s? Yeah, that's crazy. That's so cool. It looks like the last time this was updated is in 2008 for some sort of symposium, but that's not particularly interesting. All right, let's go back to the absinthe vault and find an experience. So here we go. There are some experiences. Let's read these out and see. I hope we can find a good one. Good absinthe is divine by Assassin. More palatable than many homemade brews by Mim. Imagination stimulated by Echo Assimilator. Vincent van Gogh torches Benjamin Franklin by Smiley. What? Green Goddess in the Big Easy. Okay, no, we have to go with this. Oh my gosh, I'm intrigued already. Brilliant title. Let's go for it. Okay, so as you can see here, it'll give you dose 7 shots. That's crazy. I'm sorry, like straight shots or like with water and like sugar, because it's gonna, the experience will certainly be dependent upon if you mix it with water or just do a shot, because that's insane. If we scroll down, we can see more information. The experience year was in 2005, gender male, age at the time not given, and then published May 17th, 2012. And it has 21,397 views. All right, I am very intrigued to see where this is gonna go. So this is Vincent van Gogh Torches Benjamin Franklin by Smiley. So my good friend and roommate, Dr. D, comes home with a bottle of absinthe from his friend who just returned from Amsterdam. I've always wanted to try the stuff since I generally like altered states. Prior to this, I've tried shrooms, cannabis, various O's, and at the time I was quite a heavy drinker, enjoying maybe half a bottle of red wine every day. Okay, Smiley. On that particular day, all I had was coffee that morning. Oh, okay. So nothing crazy going on yet. It was near the beginning of the month, and my other roommate, Mr. S, had paid me his share of the rent, $500 in cash, which was sitting in my pocket. This becomes important later in the story. Oh dear. Dr. D comes home with a bunch of groceries and the absinthe. He starts cooking dinner and informs me he has invited one of his female co-workers and her sister for dinner. Oh, cute little party. Dr. D is an awesome cook, and tonight he prepares delicious Middle Eastern fare. Hummus, roasted bell peppers, grilled lamb with a pomegranate marinade. Oh my gosh, I want that right now. Plenty of warm pita, etc. I decide to build a fire in our wood-burning fireplace since it's a cold summer night. Yes, I said summer. Now, I'm sure you can guess what city we live in. Like, northern US? Can I just say, this is definitely like a linguist pet peeve of mine. And I don't really get too like prescriptive and like specific about language, but I really dislike it when like people write with different tenses. It gets super confusing. So hopefully this isn't too much like that. I'll try my best to stay focused, but if I trip up, sorry. Our guests arrive. Dr. D and I take a shot of the absinthe before we start eating. Okay, a shot is no. No. You need to dilute that with water. We eat some delicious food, have good conversations, and are generally having a good time. I'm sitting by the fire. I take another shot. Crazy. This dude's crazy. At this point, I'm feeling just a little alcohol buzz. I do notice the colors in the room get more saturated, just like as if someone turned up saturation on Photoshop. Yeah, I've experienced that before. For some reason, the conversation moves to strippers. One of our guests starts talking about how strippers have it so easy and how she would love to take off her clothes for money. Same girl. Yeah, right, I say. Then I remember the cash in my pocket. Oh my god, what? This is not an absinthe thing. This is just a weirdo thing. Take off your shirt right now and I'll give you $500. I say, joking around, but with a straight face. Yikes. Okay, show me the money, she says. That's funny. Seriously though, if I did have 500, would you strip for us? I ask, straight-faced again. Hell yeah, she replies with the utmost confidence. Okay, I love her. I then take the money out of my pocket and put it on the table. She is totally surprised and a little embarrassed. Yeah, same. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, she says as she turns red. We all have a really good laugh and the conversation moves on to other things. We forget about the dare or the cash on the table. We continue to eat and drink more absinthe. Dr. D consumes about 2 shots, I take 2 more, and then another 2, bringing my total to 6. Again, no, this is not how you're supposed to enjoy absinthe, guys. About 2 hours has passed since the first shot. 6 in 2 hours. Crazy. Now, in addition to being drunk, the room has moved to a deep, deep blood red. The fire is blazing with all kinds of colors, and everything looks like it's constructed out of tense little lines. I can see the Van Gogh painting imagery. Meanwhile, the cash still sits on the table. It's a very intriguing read. I kind of like it. Maybe another hour passes. They all switch to wine. I have another shot, bringing the total to 7. Okay, we know it's 7 shots. This must be kind of where things ramp up, I suppose. By this time, the drug is extremely intense and visual. I feel like I'm literally in a Van Gogh painting with everything made up of tense, fleeting brushstrokes. That's very cool. Emotions are intense and extreme. Conversations move to politics, the Iraq War, and finally, capitalism. Iraq War is kind of random. Oh yeah, right, this is 2005. Okay, that is applicable, I see. And finally, capitalism. We all start talking about how disgusting the war is and how war in general is a symptom of the capitalist means of production, period. Then the conversation boils down to greed, money, how much I hate money, how money causes people to do really messed up things, evil things. Then in my deeply intoxicated and emotional state, I see the 500 sitting out of the corner of my eye. No. Emotion and words seamlessly transform into action. I pick up the money and move over to the fire. Dude. This, I say, waving the cash in the air. This is why people are suffering all over the world. I see Dr. D go from laughing to serious. Then I proceed to throw the money into the fire and close the door on the fireplace. That's not the absinthe. This man is a jackass. Can I just say that is not the absinthe's fault? What? Also, I find it really funny. Where did he say earlier that how money causes people to do really messed up things, evil things? Yeah, throwing your roommate's hard-earned cash into a fireplace? Okay, wow. Okay, calm down. Keep going. No! Dr. D runs across the room, opens the fireplace, and starts pulling the flaming bills out. Same. I snatch the burning money from him and put it back into the fire. We kind of wrestle, him pulling back my arm when I try and put the money back in. This dude is crazy. My state of rampant emotion gives me superior strength, and eventually he gives up, and all the money is consumed. I don't think he gave up. He probably like was just touching like ashes at that point. The two girls stare, looking kind of scared and impressed at the same time. They did not look impressed. I don't think that you impressed them, sir. Oh, it's crazy. We're both kind of blackened from the ashes. I look at his hair, noticing each short, tight curl painted with amazing force and energy. That's really, again, Van Gogh, very cool. I can't believe you just did that, he says, astonished. From this point on, I black out. I wake up with the almonds and black ash marks all over my bed. I trip over an empty bucket by my bed. I go to Starbucks, then get on the bus for work. I love that he's just like, all right, normal day, let's go. It's been over 7 hours since the last shot was consumed. And now I feel only the drug, not the alcohol. Interesting. Very interesting. It's very different without the alcohol there. I sit on the very back seat, in the middle, slouching down, resting my head back. I actually really like in an empty bus, like all the way back in the middle, there's something very tranquil about it. I like it a lot. The 22 is always pleasant when it's almost empty like this. It's an electric bus, and the sound has always soothed me ever since I was a kid. From my vantage point, I see up the main aisle of the bus. I feel a 1-second delay and disconnection from where I sit in the front of the bus. It is like the bus is moving along like a slinky. Ooh, I like that. I can see that with like when you've drank a lot of absinthe and the senses become a little funky and like, I don't know, rhythmic. It is a very cool experience. Fillmore Street is nothing but an alive, seething blur of those Van Gogh lines as we move along. I feel like there is something inside my head, something heavy. I can totally see why Van Gogh went crazy. The visuals, the intense emotions, it's all there in that green bottle. If I drank absinthe every day, I would consider cutting off my ear and mailing it to my girlfriend. Okay, bro. This guy's kind of weird. Also, like, he doesn't elaborate. So when he went to work, was he like still feeling that way? Like, what? It's so weird. Okay. I call one of our guests to determine what happened after I blacked out. Good idea. She explains to me how I got really, really emotional and told her my whole life story, shedding tears of sadness and joy as I ate a bag of shedding tears of sadness and joy as I ate a bag of almonds. She helped me get to bed and put the bucket out for me to yak in. It's always good to have caring people around, especially when it comes to indulging in new substances. Oh my God. Would I do it again? Yes, but only like you're supposed to. Mixed with warm water and sugar. Yes, dude, that was ridiculous. Okay. Maybe 3 to 4 shots instead of 7. Yes, bro. 1 shot, of course, being poured on the ground for my new homie, Vincent Van Gogh. I like that. That's so cute. I mean, it's crazy, but it's cute. I get the title now. What is it? Van Gogh torches Benjamin Franklin. Yes, that's a beautifully poetic title for a crazy story. I will say, yeah, I guess 7 shots of just straight absinthe is freaking crazy. Maybe definitely, fed into his decision making. This man just took $500 and put it in a fireplace. I feel like we gotta be on some really crazy shit to do that. But I guess that's 7 shots of absinthe for you. All right, that was great. What a way to start the series. I loved that. Absolute banger. I liked the narrative that was going on. I liked his description. I think the act is crazy. Again, I have to keep thinking like this man did 7 straight shots. Nothing else there in between his mind and the absinthe. That's so crazy. Today I'm going to close out by doing the etymology for absinthe. If you follow me on TikTok, you know that I like to post etymology videos on there. So I thought it'd be really fun to do the etymology for absinthe. Okay, absinthe noun, also known as absinthe without an E, though properly that means wormwood. A bitter, pale green alcoholic liqueur distilled from wine mixed with wormwood. This is from 1842, which is borrowed from the French word absinthe, meaning essence of wormwood. That is a short form for extrait d'absinthe, I think that's how you say it, which is borrowed from the Latin word absinthium. which also means wormwood. This is borrowed from the Greek word absinthion, which is perhaps borrowed from the Persian word asband, which has the same meaning. The wormwood plant itself is figurative of bitter sorrow. Love that. So wormwood was known as absinthe in English from about the 15th century. The Old English word was just a Latin word, absinthum. The drink itself attained a popularity from its heavy use by French soldiers in Algeria. Oh yeah, we know that. So absinthe seems like another word for wormwood until people associate it with the drink specifically. That's really cool. Very interesting. I love etymology, and my TikTok is basically just me like nerding out over etymology. So you should go check that out. Same handle, Pearly Hates. Yeah, that was a great start to this series, and I hope I get to see you guys again for the next one. Let me know what I should be looking up next. There's so many different vaults on Erowid to dive through, and I will see you for the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.